why do you think he'll be a criminal when he grows up?
'Cause he's killing me, mate. Me and everyone else, 'cause he can't sit still for a second. He doesn't actually speak, but his actions speak loud enough. This morning, while we were having breakfast at Lokelani's, he started raging on this military mate, who almost whacked him to the other side of the island. And he's one fast little bugger too. If you turn the other way for a second, he'll totally whip your butt. By the way, that Lokelani's a hot babe, eh?
What makes you think he'll be an artist?
Didn't you see the sand turtle the little tyke built? I'm like totally amazed at the way he works with his hands. He made it in like 2 seconds, mate, right before going out for breakfast. But ever since he got his hands on that console, he's locked himself in the house and it's goodbye turtle.
Let's leave your son be.
Yeah, mate, if he gets bored with that game power station or whatever it's called, you're gonna freak.
I'll just leave you alone here, Knife.
Later, mate. Hey, do me a favor. Don't go into my hut, 'cause my kid's in there flipping out with a console I picked up while we were having breakfast at Lokelani's. And now that he's quiet for once, we better just leave him alone, in case he decides to come out and ruin this peaceful moment.
Gives me the heebie-jeebies. According to Knife, his little offspring is inside. It must be left over from when Knife set up the sawhorse that the board is resting on. Sure, I doubt Knife would mind. It's a good rope. Seems strong. Perfect complexion ink, talcum powder. I might need it. I don't know why they say talcum powder smells like babies. To me, it smells like talcum powder. I suppose it belongs to Kai. It's sad to think it'll wash away when the tide comes in. According to Knife, his little offspring is inside. It's a bit imposing to know he comes from a long line of witch doctors. Something happened before, and I just don't get it. While I was talking with Knife, Kai called me by my name, but I'd swear I'd never mentioned it. I'll go ask him about it. Excuse me for bothering you, Kai.
Aloha, Brian.
But how do you know my name?
You mean you never mentioned it?
Not as I remember.
Well, I must have heard it around town, brah.
That's funny, because I just got to this island.
Welcome, then. Do you plan on sticking around, brah?
No way. I'm just passing through. Or more like I just dropped in by chance.
No. Stay as long as you want, brah. I like it when you Malihini come to live here. As long as you don't make noise and you let me meditate in peace. There's fewer and fewer of us who speak Hawaiian, though. And it's sad to see the traditions disappear. I bet you don't even know that Mala, the name of the island, means garden.
I'd love to learn Hawaiian, but I have no time to waste.
Hang loose, brah. Nothing in life is worth running away. First, you have to ask yourself about the mana'o and things. What they truly mean. And the best way to do that is to lay down and take a load off for a while.
Darn, the main reason I came was to ask you a few questions.
Whatever you want, brah.
Do you know if there's any way into the military camp without being seen?
Not a one, brah. Those soldiers are as wa'awa'iki as they seem. They set up around the Tiki Temple, and that place is practically impenetrable.
I've heard you're a surfing hero, even though you're missing a leg.
No big deal, brah. People who don't think exaggerate all the time. Lots of talking, lots of hurrying, and little meditating. People should spend more time lying in a hammock. Plus, if that shark hadn't gnawed my leg off, nobody would talk about me.
It must be hard to live with a prosthetic leg.
Maybe at first. Until you find someone missing the opposite leg who has the same taste in shoes as you. So just imagine, I'm saving a fortune.
What a faux pas, that shark mess.
Not as much as you'd think. Since then, I look at things from a much calmer perspective. And I appreciate certain things I wasn't interested in before. I got my parents' house back and moved into it. I took Knife in as a student to convey my knowledge to him, and I started to study my own island. Its past, its animal life, its customs. But mainly it helped me discover my true calling, I'm meditating.
I'm curious about your peg leg.
It's a leg made of flexible black metal, especially for athletes. But I don't think you can see it, brah. Nice kid Koala stole it from me this morning. The little rugrat was playing with the sand, and I guess he used it as a shovel. Who knows where he hid it?
Getting back to what we were discussing, according to Lokelani, your grandpa was a witch doctor.
Nani Koki, Lokelani, huh? Yeah, my grandpa and my great-grandpa before him was the island's official kahuna and official witch doctor of the poultry god. His specialty was bringing poultry shop chickens back to life.
Is it true that if a bird dropped dead, your grandpa could revive it?
That was his specialty as a kahuna. He was called Kini Papa Moa, which means something like King of the Sick Poultry. He was so famous they showed him on TV around the world, until the National Bird Lovers Association denounced mistreatment of our fine feathered friends, and he was never allowed to revive a bird again. Then he started learning Reiki to use as a hangover remedy, but he never seemed to be very good at it. Maybe it's 'cause he only had one hand.
I guess you must know a thing or two about witch doctoring.
My grandfather would always take me to his Hawaii, his ritual hut, which is where he would teach me everything a good kahuna should know. Sharks are the spirits of our ancestors. To revive a bird, add a bit of this and a dash of that. Do this, do that.
So, your great-grandpa was a witch doctor too?
Yeah, brah, they say he was a specialist in hearing the future through the sound of waves. Though I've also heard he was born without one of his ears.
What does Nani Koki mean, referring to Lokelani?
Pretty much the same as Hilu Hilu. But Lokelani is much more than that. You gotta admit that Kio Kio has turned into one real huilau. I'm just saying that 'cause that nice fat manu she has, and that incredibly uli pair of pekekeu, get my mind to think of nothing but lele, lele, and more lele.
I'm not sure, but that sounded a bit gross.
Why? It's just that the girl has turned into a true pet fanatic, which is just 'cause of that big fat parrot she has, with that incredibly wide pair of wings that get my mind to think of nothing but flying, and more flying. What did you think I meant, bro?
Me? Nothing. But I still don't know what it means if you say Lokelani is Nani Koki.
Heck if I know. Oh yeah, I think it means the same thing as when Knife says she's a hot babe. Or something like that.
Maybe we should talk about witch doctoring some other day.
Alright, bro.
What does that word bra mean that you say so often?
I wouldn't know how to translate it, bro. Hold on, maybe Knife knows. Listen, bro.
What do you want, mate?
Hey, how would you translate bra, bro?
I don't know, mate.
Think harder, bro.
Hey, the one who speaks the Hawaiian lingo is you, mate.
Yeah, but I want to know how to say bra in your language.
No, mate, I don't know what bra means.
You sure, bro?
Don't go aggro on me, mate.
I can't stand the way that bra's always saying mate all the time. Sorry, Brian. You're just gonna have to find out then.
I'll just keep strolling around the island.
Aloha kaua, Brian. I'm just gonna keep meditating for a while.
There's a cute little miniature-sized dock and a motorboat which, of course, must be the one that belongs to Knife. It most likely belongs to Knife. I'll take it. Knife probably won't mind. Not much in it. Wrenches and screwdrivers and things like that. But some tools is better than no tools. Not the latest model, but it'll do. It keeps the doors from being open. They must lead to the basement. It keeps the doors from being open. From the look of those stains, it must form part of more than one dog's territory. I'm not exactly dying to open it, but let's see what's inside. I hope it smells better inside than outside. Bags of trash, old newspapers. Ooh, this could be totally usable. Almost a whole stick of butter. And no, nothing else in there looks recyclable, at least for now. My goodness, the collateral damage of tourism. If you ask me, rodeos and, of course, bucking broncos are about as Hawaiian as koalas, just to give an example. It's not exactly in tip-top shape, but I guess it might pass a safety inspection, if the inspector survived, that is. That's the weight of the machinery that makes the bronco buck. Yeah. Maybe I'll find something interesting. Or maybe something dangerous. What a mess! The only danger inside there is getting tetanus with all that rusty metal. It looks like it's made of steel. Okay, it could be handy. Huh, it looks like the other end of the cable is hooked onto something down there.